Hello, beautiful friends of the light. I'm Christy Forsyth, and I call myself a soul therapist. I'm here to help the helpers, the bringers of the light, and the soulpreneurs of this world find their magic and connect with the magic in this world. So if that's you, make sure you stay tuned. Today we are going to dive into a concept that is very near and dear to my heart. When should you fire your psychic? And the reason that I talk about this is because I do have concerns about the way that some people in the psychic field conduct themselves. I do think that there are people out there who take advantage of people, who maybe handle things in a way that I don't believe is in the best interest of the clients that are coming to see them. And so I want to make sure that I cover that. And I also want to make sure that I cover the concept that the absolute most important thing is that you listen to your own intuition. So at the end of the day, whether you see psychics or not, or whether you get a really great answer from a psychic or not, if it doesn't feel in alignment with where you're coming from or with what connects and aligns for you, then chances are the answer is not right, because you are going to always be the authority on your own life. So if you know me at all, I am a psychic medium and I do readings, but that is really not my primary service. My primary service is as what I call a soul therapist. So it's basically an intuitively led life coaching process. And the reason for that is, the reason that I prioritize that in my services is because I see it as part of my purpose to help pull the intuition out of people, to help people to connect with their own intuition, because again, their intuition on their life is always going to trump any answers that I can give them. And so I think that it's really important that whenever you go to get a reading from a psychic, that number one, you take it with a grain of salt, but number two, that if it doesn't align with what you with what connects for you, if you're listening to it and you just feel like no, that doesn't feel right, I want you to listen to yourself, because again, you are the authority on yourself. And so you want to make sure that you prioritize your own intuition over that, in spite of that being that person's career and in spite of that person being very gifted. I really see myself as more of a guide than a person who tells the answer. So if you're somebody who has ever sent me a question, you'll find that oftentimes I will bounce that back to you. So people will send me a question, they'll say, well, Christy, this is showing up for me, this is happening for me, what does this mean, or what do you think I should do? And I almost always am going to bounce that question back to you. What is it that you think that you should do? Because I truly, truly believe that we need to make ourselves the authority for our life, and we need to tune into our own intuition to help guide us. So I want to talk about some specific times that you should fire your psychic. If you're meeting with someone and these things are happening, these things to me are very concerning, and it's a really good time for you to walk away. And number one is if they tell you the answers, okay? So again, I've been talking this whole time about you being the authority of your own life, that your intuition will always trump. So if they are telling you the answer, if they are just easily, yep, this is what you should do, nope, this is what you shouldn't do, or telling you who you should choose in your life or whatever, and giving you that direct black and white answer, I really truly believe that that is not in your highest and best good, that is not in your best interest, because you really want to tune in and connect with your own answers. And if they're giving you that very, very direct answer, I think that can be problematic. Now, yes, sometimes it is a much more clear answer, right? Sometimes the energy is very much moving in one particular direction. And so it's okay that they give you a specific answer. But if you're getting if you're being told the answer all the time, if you go to them and they just tell you the answer without you having to explore it or try to figure it out, chances are it's not the best fit for you, because part of the whole point of life is for us to figure it out for ourselves, for us to be on the journey, for us to find a way to enjoy the journey, for us to find the answers from within and from connecting with our higher power. And so if that is being taken away, it's really preventing us from growing. It's preventing us from further developing and connecting with our own intuition. And quite frankly, it might not be the right answer. And so we don't want to just ever blindly follow an answer that you are being given. The next thing is, if they tell you that they are the only person in this world that can help you. You know, I've heard stories of people saying, you know, well, a psychic told me that I had this curse and she was the only one that was able to remove it, and I had to pay her all this money and she removed the curse. No, 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 no. You don't want to do that. Don't pay that money. You can simply usually remove a curse, if there even is one, simply by praying, simply by asking the angels to help release it, to help give you the answers to whatever it is that needs to, however you need to clear it. But oftentimes just simply through that prayer and through that intention of wanting to clear whatever energy is in your energy field, it can simply be cleared. So if somebody tells you that they are the only person that can give you this answer, that can do this thing for you, run. This is not a good fit at all. Number 3 is if they encourage or if they discourage your intuitive voice. So let's say that you're getting a reading and they say to you, well, yeah, I hear you, but that, you know, this is what I think that you should do. And maybe they don't line up and they don't match up. And so sometimes intuitives can, in my opinion, when it's not in alignment with your highest and best good, they can get a little bit of an attitude of, I have all the answers and you need to listen to me. I'm up here, you're down here. So if there's that energy of I'm up here, you're down here, and I don't care to hear your opinion on this, or I don't care to hear how you're responding to the answer that I'm giving to you, that's also very problematic, because again, we want to really tap into that intuitive voice within you and honor that intuitive voice, because you are the authority on your life. So the last thing is if they make it seem black and white, you know, like this is the only direction your life is going to go. You know, this is exactly what's going to happen. And what I think is really important to keep in mind is that everything psychic is flexible. We are constantly making decisions. We are constantly taking actions that change the course of our life. And so, yes, maybe when you sit down with a psychic, that is the direction that your life is going, or that is the timeline that your life is going. But every decision, every choice that you make can begin to impact and shift that. Sometimes for the better, right? Sometimes it can make something amazing happen sooner. Sometimes we can get information in a reading that we don't like, and through that we can say, you know what, I'm going to make choices that will create a shift, will help us to be on a different path. And that's really where you can use that psychic information to help guide you and to help direct you. But if it's black and white and it's very much like this is the only way that it's going to happen, or this is the only way that you can do this particular thing, I would say that that is not great advice, and you want to, again, listen to your own intuitive voice, check in with that, see how that feels, see if that feels right to you, and go with it. As with any psychic reading, I always say, take what makes sense to you and leave the rest, because a real good psychic is meant to be a guide to help to show you from a different perspective, to help you to look at different things from different angles than maybe you've looked at them from your own perspective, because we can have our own blinders, and to help foster that intuitive voice within you. So I hope that that connects for you. I hope that that makes sense. I would love to hear from you guys in comments below. Make sure you like and make sure you subscribe to my channel. It helps to support the channel, and you get all of the notifications for when I upload new videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you want to check me out, you can learn more about me at discoveryourawakening.com. I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care.